I want to talk to you about personal loans for bad credit instant approval. And we're talking about instant approval like really fast. So here's a review I want you to really pay attention to. So the first lender that we love when it comes to personal loans for bad credit instant approval is Best Egg. And we're talking about a lender that has actually revamped their platform lately. They can actually approve you even faster. Like before, they used to approve like real fast. Now they are approving even faster, which means sometimes in some cases it can be within seconds. Okay, and obviously you got to have the right sort of the right profile though. This is kind of cool. We love the fact that with Best Egg, you can actually be approved for all the way to $50,000. And the cool thing here is that you can actually like you don't need to have like a lot of income on an annual basis. They are asking you only $3,500 minimum annual income. Think about it, $3,500. That's about $300 a month. Of course, we're speaking about gross income. So if you're making $300 a month, you can actually qualify, not a problem at all. And what we love about Best Egg is that you have a wide range of loan amounts, and this is really good. And you have the option to pre-qualify with a soft credit check. So this personal loan for bad credit instant approval not only is great in terms of pre-qualification, but also it is great in terms of the speed of approval. One thing we love also is that, see, when you think about Best Egg, they're not just looking at your credit score to actually qualify you, because see, they understand that some people may have bad credit, but have a good income. So Best Egg is looking at the totality of your application. So they'll pay attention to your information. They'll pay attention to your job, your education, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so we call it non-credit related sort of criteria, but those are important also, and this is really fun. One thing we love about Best Egg is that they tend to actually, like if they have a question, they can actually contact you, not a problem. They want you to really also be able to prove income though. So if you're working, whatever it is, you need to prove your income. It could be through a pay stub or W-2 or what have you. So this is really great. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. We are going to have a wonderful show. Another lender I want to share with you for personal loans for bad credit instant approval this year is Rocket Loans. So Rocket Loans is really great in terms of, I would say, generosity, because Rocket Loans, they will approve you all the way to $45,000, not a problem. So you are looking at $2,000 all the way to $45,000. And in terms of a credit score, Rocket Loans can go all the way to 540, in some cases 500. This is really fantastic. Now, if you want Rocket Loans to go all the way that low, you need to have the income, because they look at your credit score, but also they look at the income. So if you can justify, if you have minimum $2,000 income every month, that's 24 grand income every month, you could qualify for a Rocket Loans, I would say personal loans for bad credit. And the APR here is kind of cool also. You're looking at 9% all the way to 29%. Okay. I mean, for that, if you have bad credit, you should be familiar with those type of APRs anyway. But what we love about Rocket Loans is here also you have the options to pre-qualify with a soft credit check, and you have a rate discount for auto pay. This is really good, and we'll love the fact that Rocket Loans actually offers fast funding. So think about it, fast approval, but also fast funding, and you have a wide range of loan amounts. So even though I was talking to you about $2,000 all the way to $45,000, within that range, within that interval, you have a series of loan options also. And we don't like the fact that Rocket Loans charges an origination fee. So they charge you, so you need to pay a fee. And also there is no direct payment to creditors with debt consolidation loan. So if you are seeking a personal loan for bad credit instant approval through Rocket Loans, you're not going to get it if you want to use the loan as a debt consolidation loan. In other words, I mean, you might get it, but they're not going to send the check on your behalf. They will send you the money first, and it will be up to you to actually send the checks to all the lenders that you currently have. So it is what it is, and you cannot co-sign, you cannot co-borrow on this loan. So you are on your own. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about personal loans for bad credit instant approval today. Another lender I want to share with you is Money Mutual. And when you think about Money Mutual, I want you to think about a less generous lender. But hey, listen, it is still worth it because Money Mutual will give you cash up to $5,000. So here you're looking at personal loans for bad credit instant approval this year. And Money Mutual is not a direct lender. Unlike Best Egg or Record Loans, Money Mutual is a marketplace of lenders. It's a lender marketplace. It's an online marketplace of lenders. So what this means what? It means that you are multiplying your chances of approval anyway, because chances are you might find a lender who loves your style, who loves your profile, who loves your information, and might be willing to fund you, right? But again, it's one of those things where it might take longer depending on how quickly a lender finds you and lender wants to work with you. So, but funds are available in as few as 24 hours. And you have like an online form. So basically, you like when you go to Money Mutual, you see something that says get started. And when you actually put in your info, the process starts from there, and it can be really fast as well. It could be really, really fast depending on it depends on the availability of the paperwork you have submitted. So if they ask you for some kind of information, you just try to really submit everything as soon as possible. Okay, as soon as possible. But this is a great lender, or if you will, this is a great marketplace, it's a great platform to find a lender. And please, what will happen here is that if you go through Money Mutual, expect to receive multiple calls from lenders. And what will happen here is that even if you were passed on to one option versus another, you might still get calls afterwards. So it is just what it is with those online marketplaces of lenders. Basically, sometimes they tend to share your info with those lenders, and those lenders, they will contact you afterwards. Regardless of you actually reaching out to them, they will contact you directly. So just be aware of that little nuisance here that you need to know. I want to talk to you about another lender that we love a lot is the 24/7 Lending Group. And so 24/7 Lending Group is a great lender when it comes to personal loans for bad credit instant approval this year. And so here you are looking at the personal loans from $500 all the way to $35,000. And we love the fact that this lender actually will work with all kinds of credit types, all kinds of credit scores. And this is great. You have a simple no credit impact form. In other words, you are able to do a soft pull first to see what you can qualify for, if at all. But again, this is a great, the probability of you qualifying for a loan amount the probability is kind of high. And so this is a lender that I'm talking about, 24/7 Lending Group. They've been doing this for the last 20 years. So they've got some experience, and they actually are also greatly reviewed on social media, on online as well. So this is really fantastic. But again, I want you to really be aware of the fact that you are looking at a potential APR that can go all the way to 36%, not thousand, 36%. And you have loan terms from 60 days to 72 months. And you have loan amounts from $500 all the way to $35,000. So this is a very generous lender, if you were to ask me. And so one thing I want to say here is that the 24/7 Lending Group is not a direct lender. It is kind of similar to Money Mutual. In other words, it is a lending network. So basically what you have to do here is that you just need to answer a few questions about yourself to see whether you qualify for a loan offer from a direct lender. And you may receive multiple offers with no obligation or cost. This is really good. So you can see whether you qualify for a loan. Okay, so basically, and this process will not affect your credit score. And so we love this a lot. And what I want to say in general is that overall, we love Money Mutual. We love 24/7 Lending Group better than Money Mutual because 24/7 lending group, you can be approved for up to $35,000, but on Money Mutual, that limit is only 5,000. So, by the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. I'm having a conversation with you about personal loans for bad credit instant approval this year. I want to talk to you about cashusa.com. And this is another lender that we love a lot, even though the loan amounts are kind of limited here. So you were talking about 5,500 all the way to $10,000. So you can receive your funds within minutes. So the possibilities here are boundless in our view. We love the fact that you have options. That's really great. You have options here. We love that a lot. And you can receive actually a loan decision in minutes. So if you're looking for personal loans for bad credit instant approval this year, this could be a great platform for you. And you get funds directly to your bank accounts, not a problem at all. And the thing is, for cashusa.com, remember that they're approving you from $500 all the way to $10,000. And so they are very flexible in terms of the use of loan proceeds. You can use the loan for any purpose, not a problem at all. And so when you think about the technicalities of that loan, you are looking at the loan amounts from $500 to $10,000. You're looking at the interest rates that go from 5%, 6% to 36%. So that's like the usual delta for this type of loan. For the loan term itself, you have 3 to 72 months. And so this is the thing is that you need to understand, you have to see which loan term works for your budget. It's not about I want to go with 5 years. No. Maybe based on your budget, you could be better off going with the shorter repayment window or a longer one. And so, but everything you have to negotiate with the lender. So if you go through Cash USA or you go through another lender, you need to negotiate with them to see exactly what works for you, what works for them as well. This has to be a win-win situation. And so if you go through Cash USA, remember that you have to also seek pre-qualification. You need to actually be willing to, fill out a form online. And this takes about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And so this is how you kick off the whole process. I want to share with you another lender. It's called smartadvances.com. And Smart Advances actually is a little more generous than some of the players that I've shared with you so far. And so here you are getting personal loans from $100 all the way to $20,000. This is really good. This is really like a very impressive sort of delta here. And you can receive an approval decision in as little as 2 minutes. So when we tested it, we received an approval decision within 3 minutes, right? Really. So this is really fine. And funds can be deposited into your account in one business day and used for any purpose. So if you're looking for a personal loan for bad credit instant approval, you can use the cash for nearly anything. It really depends upon you. And so when we talk about the technicalities of the loan itself, in terms of the loan amount, you are looking at $100 all the way to $20,000. And so another thing you want to pay attention to is actually the interest rates and the loan term. Those vary a lot depending upon your FICO score and other financial information. But overall, if you're serious about getting a high loan amount here, because remember, we talked about a personal loan for bad credit instant approval this year that goes from $100 all the way to $20,000. So if you seek right now the larger loan amount, let's say $20,000, $15,000, $18,000, then you have to really be prepared. You have to show things like proof of income, okay, and so you have to show proof of employment also. And so one thing I need to say here is that smartadvances.com says that you can get a loan in 3 easy steps. You fill out its short, secure online form. You get a decision in as little as 2 minutes, and you'll receive the funds into your account as soon as 1 business day after loan closing. When we actually tested it, it took us about 7 days to close the whole thing. But hey, listen, it is still worth it. So Some borrowers might get actually the loan approved right away for a larger amount, and some might not get approved. So either way, it's all about how you present yourself, how do you prepare the whole conversation, and you will get the loan amount that you need and deserve. I want to talk to you now about Opportune. And Opportune is another great player that we love a lot when it comes to personal loans for bad credit instant approval this year. And Opportune is really, by the way, we love the name. Opportune is actually a great lender in terms of personal loans for bad credit. And the thing is that they actually offer small loans at rates that are lower than payday loans, but still high. So, and you have like an estimated APR that goes from 26% all the way to 36%. And the loan amount here, $300 all the way to $12,000. And so if you're looking for a small emergency loan, this could be a great opportunity for you. And what we love also is that, you actually can pre-qualify with soft credit check and a co-sign and limited secure loan options, like a limited set of secure loan options is available. And so this lender accepts borrowers new to credit, and small loans start at around $300. And this is actually a CDFI community. So community development, I would say, financial institution. So that's like a CDFI. And so overall, we love the fact that Opportune also provides something called financial coaching. So they're not trying to really change your life, but they're trying to give you a few pointers here and there so you can better manage your loan. And one thing you need to be aware of is that Opportune may charge an origination fee. There are high rates overall. There is no mobile app to manage loan payments, and there is no option to change your payment date. So you really are at the mercy, if you will, of Opportune. And so the minimum credit score, actually, there's no minimum credit score. In terms of revenue, because or let's just say income, you need to establish the fact that you are working, or you don't have to work full time, but you need to have a source of revenue, or maybe your grandparents lent you some kind of cash. So you have to really talk about that, because Opportunity wants you to have at least $500 in monthly income. You must have valid identification. You actually must provide proof of insurance and address. You need to actually require, there could be some references, and it's important. So as you go through the whole process, be ready to actually provide all that kind of information if needed. All right, let's quickly recap here. So I was just talking to you about personal loans for bad credit instant approval this year. And so here are the players that I share with you. We have Best Egg, we have Record Loans, we have Money Mutual, 24/7 Lending Group, Cash USA Group. We have SmartAdvances.com, and we have now Opportune. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.